This video is intended to introduce the Friatop saddle and branch fitting application tool. It is not intended to certify any specific type of training necessary for the safe operation of this tool. Users should become familiar with the operation and safety features of the Friatop before utilizing this tool. In this video, you will learn how to use the Friatop to install Friatop saddle and branch fittings. A large variety of fittings in various sizes can be applied with this tooling. Consult your Friatec representative for a complete listing and prices. The Friatop is a pneumatically operated device used to position, hold, and apply the appropriate fusion interface pressure for a variety of Friatop fittings. The Friatop comes packaged in a convenient carrying case that allows the user to keep the various components together and help prevent damage while in storage or in transport to the job site. Inside the case you will find the three components which make up the Friatop: the pneumatic clamping tool, a fitting adapter designed to allow the clamp to fit the various fittings the Friatop can install, and an air pump with a gauge to pressurize the clamp to hold the fitting in place while the electrofusion and cooling process is taking place. Some of the tools you need to install the Friatop include paint markers. Friatop has silver-colored markers available that work well for this step. They're fast-drying, and the silver color shows well on the pipe, regardless of its color. A smooth-bladed scraper tool. Friatec provides a hand scraper in the accessory toolbox on Friamat with a supply of replacement blades. Additional scrapers and blades are available from Friatec. Saw-toothed paint scrapers are prohibited. Sandpaper, rasps, grinders, and abrasive pads are also unacceptable. These materials only abrade the pipe surface and do not adequately remove it. A cleaning agent. Use only isopropyl alcohol. The alcohol must be at least 96% pure. LimeTech Scientific offers convenient individual foil packs that contain alcohol wipes. Lint-free, natural or white cloths or paper towels. Cleaning agents can dissolve some dyes used in colored cloths. Universal Electrofusion Processor and appropriate power source. The external power source must be sized to operate the Universal Electrofusion Processor and the fitting being installed. Now that we have our tools assembled, let's review the steps necessary to install a Friatop electrofusion fitting. In this video, we will install a 12-inch Friatop saddle tee. Other types of fittings will be introduced in the hands-on portion of your training. Adapters are included with the Friatop tool because the tool doesn't always fit directly on top of the tee. Choose the proper adapter so that the top of the tee fits snugly into the Friatop tool. Determine the location for the fitting. Then, prepare the pipe surface by cleaning the area with water and a clean cloth. This will remove dirt, oil, and other job site contaminants. When the pipe is dry, hold the fitting on the pipe and use a paint marker to draw around the outside edges of the fitting. Leave extra space on the front and back of the fitting for the expansion after clamping. Remove the fitting and draw lines with the paint marker perpendicular to the pipe inside the fitting lines. This step is extremely important because it helps ensure complete removal of the oxidized outer layer of the pipe. Next, remove the oxidized layer from the pipe in the fusion area. Scrape the pipe using firm pressure and making strokes parallel to the pipe. Make sure to scrape the entire area that will be covered by the fitting. Remove all traces of the lines made by the marker, but avoid gouging the pipe surface with the scraper tool. Excessive gouging may cause leakage in the electrofusion joint. Scraping should remove approximately 5 to 8 thousandths of an inch from the pipe surface. When scraping is complete, thoroughly clean both the pipe surface and the fusion side of the fitting with a cleaning agent. Allow the cleaning agent to evaporate completely prior to placing the fitting on the pipe. In extremely cold conditions, it may be necessary to wipe the pipe dry with a clean cloth to remove excess moisture. Next, place the fitting, appropriate adapter, and clamping tool on the main. Place the strap around the pipe, taking care to avoid twisting. Thread the loose end of the strap into the roller on the clamping tool, then remove the slack in the strap. Tighten the belt by rotating the twist grip clockwise. Before continuing, make sure that the clamp is not pressurized. If it is, bleed off air pressure at the tire valve on top of the clamp housing. Bleed until all the internal air pressure has dissipated. The sight window on the side of the clamp housing will show 2/1 when all pressure is dissipated. Make sure that the fitting is still sitting squarely on the pipe. If necessary, make any final adjustments to the fitting alignment on the pipe at this time. Attach the pump to the tire valve and inflate until the gauge on the pump reads between 3 and 4 bar. The expansion of the clamp cylinder will press the saddle onto the pipe, eliminating any gap between the fitting and pipe. Visually, check around the fitting for gaps. If a gap is found, release the pressure, reseat the fitting, then repressurize the clamp. When the clamp is pressurized, check the sight window and record the numbers shown in the window on the pipe or fitting. These numbers will be checked during the fusion process and at the end of the fusion. If the display in the sight window changes by more than 1 scale graduation, the fusion must be stopped and the problem identified and corrected. When the problem is corrected, the fitting can be fused again after waiting the prescribed cooling time for the fitting being fused. Connect the fusion cable to the fitting and scan the barcode. Begin the fusion process following the manufacturer's instructions. After the fusion cycle is complete, check the sight window, then record the time the fusion was completed and the time when the clamp can be removed on the pipe or fitting for easy reference. Cooling times can be found on the fitting barcode or in the Friatop technical literature for the fitting. When the fusion has cooled, release the pressure and disassemble the clamp and adapter from the fitting. An additional cooling time of 60 minutes must be observed before drilling or tapping the branch or saddle fittings. The Friatop is manufactured to exact specifications and will perform as designed if it is kept free of dirt and not abused. Always store it in the case provided when it's not in use. The unit should be inspected on a semi-annual basis for proper operation. If the unit is damaged, contact your Friatop representative. Now that we know how to use the Friatop tool, let's talk about some safety and operating considerations. Always follow Friatop's installation instructions when using the Friatop. Never use the Friatop to install other manufacturers' electrofusion fittings. Follow the fusion unit manufacturer's instructions for safety and operation. Do not attempt to make an electrofusion in an explosive atmosphere. Do not substitute barcodes from other manufacturers' fittings. Always follow your company's policies regarding personal safety equipment and clothing on the job site. Keep a safe distance of at least 3 feet from the fitting during the fusion process. In rare cases, a malfunction may cause hot molten plastic to be expelled from the fusion zone. Always allow electrofusion joints to cool for the prescribed times before unclamping and tapping. Always scrape all of the oxidized material from the outside surface of the pipe. Always use the appropriate cleaning agent prior to making an electrofusion joint. If you have not attended a training program and been certified as a qualified operator as prescribed in Title 49 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Section 192.285, you must do so prior to operating this equipment. Friatop offers in-house hands-on training seminars as well as on-site training and technical support. contact your local Friatop representative for further information.